Namaste everyone. Welcome to TED Anime. Today you'll discover how stress doesn't have to be your enemy. Learn how changing your mindset can transform stress into resilience and better performance. Let's get started.
For the last decade, medical advice has treated stress like a toxic enemy. We're told it causes chronic illness and needs to be aggressively avoided at all costs. But an 8-year study tracking 30,000 adults found a massive flaw in that logic. The researchers started with a predictable baseline. People who experienced a lot of stress had a 43% higher risk of dying. Here is the anomaly. That 43% spike only applied to people who believed stress was harmful to their health. The highly stressed people who didn't view it as a threat actually had the lowest risk of dying of anyone in the study. The raw biological presence of stress wasn't dictating their mortality. Their psychological perception of it was. The research team calculated the real-world cost of this widespread misconception. Over those 8 years, the purely psychological belief that stress is bad cost an estimated 182,000 premature deaths. That averages out to over 20,000 deaths a year, making the belief itself the 15th leading cause of death in the United States. It claimed more lives than skin cancer, homicide, and even the HIV/AIDS epidemic. So how does a purely psychological mindset physically alter a body's life-or-death biological response?
When you change your mind about stress, you can change your body's response to stress.
To understand the mechanics, we have to look at an experiment designed to induce maximum anxiety. It's called the social stress test. Participants are brought into a lab, subjected to hostile, discouraging evaluators, and forced to do rapid-fire math under bright lights. Under that kind of pressure, the body reacts. Your heart pounds, your breathing speeds up, and you start to sweat. This animated diagram shows the cardiovascular system in a threat response. We typically view this racing heart as anxiety, but there's a physiological danger. Under pressure, your blood vessels tightly constrict. Enduring this leads directly to chronic cardiovascular disease. Researchers introduced a psychological intervention. Half the participants were taught to view these symptoms as their body energizing to meet a challenge. That shift triggered the challenge response. The heart pounds rapidly, but blood vessels remain completely open and relaxed. This relaxed vessel profile mirrors the exact biological state of joy and courage. A simple shift in mindset physically alters your internal plumbing. There is another biological player at work here. Oxytocin is famous as the cuddle hormone, but it is actually a potent stress hormone. Your pituitary gland pumps it out during panic right alongside adrenaline. During a crisis, oxytocin acts as a behavioral nudge. It forces you to seek social support and share your feelings rather than bottling them up. It also has a hidden physical function. Within the body, oxytocin acts as a natural anti-inflammatory, which helps keep those blood vessels relaxed under pressure. Its most incredible property happens directly on the heart. Oxytocin binds to heart receptors to physically regenerate cells and heal stress-induced damage. Your biological stress response is not a self-destruct button. It actively deploys hormones designed to repair your heart and push you toward community. We can see the results of this biology in a 5-year study of 1,000 adults. Researchers tracked people navigating major life crises, like financial ruin or a family tragedy. This chart shows the baseline finding. For most people, experiencing a severe stressful event drove their risk of dying up by 30%. But the researchers tracked a behavioral variable that broke this trend. They looked at participants who spent time helping friends, neighbors, or people in their community. For that community-focused group, their stress-related increase in mortality dropped to absolute zero. Seeking or providing support releases more oxytocin into your system. Human connection is a built-in biological mechanism for stress resilience. We often treat a comfortable, stress-free existence as the ultimate lifestyle goal. But health psychologist Kelly McGonigal, who spent years demonizing stress, found a scientifically backed alternative: actively chasing meaning, accepting the discomfort that follows, and rethinking your relationship with pressure. You can trust your body's biology to handle life's hardest challenges, provided you do not try to face them alone.